that I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal. I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked or when it's part of my job.
Winning.
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and you know, I feel like he deserved a win.
From fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
Stephen A. Smith expressed that, in his view, Manny Pacquiao clearly did enough to secure the win over Mario Barrios. He criticized the judges, suggesting the outcome felt like a robbery. While acknowledging that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, Smith said this particular result didn't sit well with him, as he believed Pacquiao outperformed Barrios throughout the fight. Bobby Pacquiao echoed similar sentiments, admitting he was surprised by the result and questioned what the judges were watching to declare it a draw. He firmly believed Manny had done more than enough to earn the victory, but also acknowledged that despite the disappointment, they have no choice but to accept the decision, even if it feels unjust.
Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the
Sniper.
ring, or 14 years in the ring. But I know the score. You know that. You know the score. So many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. You know. I'm surprised, but anyway, the judges and the decision is now. Let's accept. I will accept that decision.
Do you want to see your brother keep fighting?
Right now, just focus with family.
In a post-fight interview, rising prospect Colonel Martin weighed in on the controversial result of the bout between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Martin confidently stated that, in his opinion, Pacquiao had done enough to win, even though the judges ultimately scored the fight a draw. His remarks highlight the growing gap between public perception and official judging. He also suggested that a rematch is unlikely, adding another layer of disappointment to an already contentious outcome. Considering Pacquiao's age and Barrios' standing as a current champion, the decision not only stunned fans, but may have also shut the door on what many hoped would be a legendary comeback.
Mo and Kamel, just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, you know, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and much respect to Barrios as well. You know, it takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and I feel like he deserved a win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at a draw either.
Do you want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see, Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see. And
Kamel on the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. And that would be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in there tonight?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've had a lot of very skilled.
Managing expectations was never going to be easy for a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Many tend to overlook how age impacts a fighter's speed, reflexes, and overall power. Yet, despite being well past his prime, Pacquiao delivered a performance that exceeded expectations and showed he still had plenty left in the tank.
A great fighter in his prime. He was a great fighter who was just a good fighter, who was still a better fighter than the world champion at the time. He was so great in his prime that when he came down levels to being good, he's still better than the good ones. He's still the goodest. That's what you saw, and the fact that when he was fighting in his era, his rivals were also watching that car go by every 3 or 4 months, 2 times a year, at 200 miles an hour and catching more glimpses of it. But these young fighters, they ain't been watching that, bro. Even if they're watching it, they're not living it. They're not studying it. They're worried about their contemporaries and rivals. So for him, this was like, what is what is going on? The amount of adjustments that he needed to make, the southpaw, the in and out, the awkward angles, the underneath right jab, like all of this shit is like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And that was a lesson for a young fighter that really he had a privilege to learn. He got a gift last night. Barrios will be better from this fight forward than he would ever have been without it. Let me tell you that. This is what happens when you have a phenomenal, unique, absolute anomaly in the sport. That's what Pacquiao is. That's what he proved last night. I'm always the guy who decries when someone is robbed and when the fighter who should have his hand raised doesn't get it raised, and it's a crime to me to steal these from fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm
Manny
always
Pacquiao's
like
ring IQ, footwork, and fighting spirit carried him through every round, offering glimpses of a legend who once dominated multiple weight classes. Fans and analysts alike praised his ability to control key moments in the bout, especially against a much younger opponent. While no one expected a vintage Pacquiao performance, he more than earned the respect of viewers with what he delivered in the ring. The online boxing world quickly erupted in outrage after the judge's decision. One of the loudest reactions came from BKS Secret Sports on X, formerly Twitter, whose post went viral. He claimed Pacquiao had been robbed, insisting the Filipino icon had clearly outboxed Mario Barrios. Fans rallied behind the post, flooding social media with similar frustrations over what they saw as a biased and unjust outcome. One fan wrote, "Pacquiao just got robbed. Wow, he completely dominated Barrios. Barrios didn't make any real impact in this fight. Pacquiao threw better combos, entertained the crowd more, and was clearly the better fighter tonight. This was super rigged. Manny outboxed him in the worst way possible. Are we serious?" While some debated the significance of power punches and overall output, the dominant narrative remained consistent. Pacquiao looked like he did more than Barrios throughout the fight. Critics argued that Manny didn't push for a knockout or apply pressure late in the bout, but his performance was far from passive. He moved better, landed cleaner and more effective combinations, and dictated the tempo for most of the contest. Many were left confused as to how Barrios managed to receive equal credit on the scorecards. Even if Pacquiao held back slightly due to age or strategic choice, he still appeared to outperform Barrios in round after round.
I thought Manny won.
Close fight. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round I gave it to Barrios, but the last five rounds,
yeah,
the 12,
I had the same way.
It was Manny Pacquiao. I thought Barrios was gonna take it, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
great job by Manny Pacquiao. He's 46 years old.
4 years old, 46.
Yeah, man,
and you know boxing,
amazing.
so people can't say that you're biased or you're just a straight.
I think he did great. I mean,
I think
for
he
his
won.
age, you know.
Regardless,
it's not the Manny that we used to know, but you know,
right.
Thank God he didn't lose.
No, he didn't lose. It was close to Jeff Horn. He didn't lose. Yeah. Bradley won. He didn't lose. And tonight he didn't lose.
Yeah.
Another frustrated fan didn't hold back in his reaction to the official scoring. His anger mirrored the feelings of thousands across the globe who believed the decision was completely unjust. Taking to social media, he unleashed a blunt and furious post claiming the judges in Las Vegas must be on something, or maybe they were paid off. Manny Pacquiao dominated Barrios. He won 11 out of 12 rounds easily, if not every single one. This is a disgrace. Many analysts, after reviewing the fight round by round, agreed that Pacquiao had clearly secured at least 6 rounds. Throughout the match, he landed clean punches with his trademark speed and fluid combinations that energized the crowd. Even Mario Barrios himself acknowledged after the fight that Pacquiao remains a dangerous opponent with surprising power. What angered fans the most was just how close the final scorecards turned out to be. Had Pacquiao been awarded just one more round, he would have secured the win. That slim margin made the outcome feel all the more unjust to those who felt Manny had clearly done enough.
Have to face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds, and so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant all he needed was one more round, in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. but all he needed was one more round. And mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's like trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up, or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low, and even the ref had to be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming. You just look at him and you're like, I can't get mad at him. But Barrios comes down that 10th, has some really good body work, and you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios, he has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better up, and it kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit. It just looked like he didn't have, because I think it's just at 46. I just don't think he has those combinations in him the same way. Super entertaining. Had the time of my life watching him because he didn't embarrass himself. And I know a lot of people, I think the vast majority of people think that he won. I think the reaction to everybody was like, Barrios, you can mess with a 46-year-old like Manny. They always say like, oh, you got to beat the champ. It's a stupid thing. I hate that, but people believe in that. Oh, you got to take the belt. I think a lot of people thought of like, hey, you got to annihilate a 46-year-old or the 46.
Before returning to the ring, Manny Pacquiao faced a wave of concern from fans and boxing experts. Many questioned the risks of fighting at his age, especially against a younger, more active opponent. Pacquiao silenced the doubts. Not only did he go the distance, he looked sharp and focused from start to finish. His footwork remained steady, his conditioning was impressive, and his timing on punches showed flashes of the old brilliance. What many feared would be a sad farewell turned into a powerful moment of redemption, one that reaffirmed Manny's place in the conversation among today's top fighters.
I'm going to try and articulate what I've just seen to you, but it's really, really hard because when something defies logic and something defies what you were expecting, going into this fight, I was more worried about Manny Pacquiao's health rather than whether or not I thought he could win this fight. So to watch it and watch something quite incredible, I'm really going to struggle through this video. I've got a couple of interesting things to say. I've got a few insights to give to you. But the number one thing people that are clicking on this video who haven't seen the fight will probably be thinking is, was this legitimately a draw? And I'm going to try and answer that question for you in this video. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Guy Called Henry. This is my instant reaction to Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So please smash a like on this video, subscribe to A Guy Called Henry if you're new, and get your comment in the comment section below. Do you think that Pacquiao won this fight? And what do you think he should do next? Guys, I cannot believe what I've just seen. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm so impressed. Manny Pacquiao at 46 years old had come back in the ring, and he would have broken the record as the oldest champion of all time, I believe. He would have broken his own record at the very least as the oldest welterweight champion of all time. And coming into this, I suspected that he had absolutely no chance. I thought after the Rukia Ampo fight that I saw, after the fact that he lost 4 years ago, I think it was, to Dennis Ugas, who Barrios had beaten, I don't think there was any chance of him winning this fight. But sometimes there's people out there that just defy everything you think and know. And I thought this fight was a gimmick. I thought this fight was a joke. And I can understand why people will question the credibility, the legitimacy of this result, because it is that mind-blowing. But go and watch this fight for yourself. See it with your own eyes. Manny Pacquiao was very good in there. He was very good in there. Is he the prime Pacquiao of old? No, because prime Pacquiao of old would have absolutely destroyed Barrios tonight. But Manny Pacquiao legitimately did well in that fight. Do I agree with the scorecard? I'm going to let you know what my scorecard was at the end of this video, but just talking in terms of what was happening in there, it was an interesting fight where Barrios was trying to use straight punches to keep Manny at bay, and he tried to counterpunch Manny. Manny would do his classic lunging in that he'd always do, and as he'd land those shots or hit the guard, Barrios looked to counter him immediately with straight shots. He'd also throw hooks to the body of Manny and straights to the body of Manny. Manny used a few veteran tactics in there to try and navigate.
Former world champion Fernando Vargas offered a candid take on Manny Pacquiao's performance. He acknowledged that Pacquiao didn't look like the prime version of himself, but still praised his heart and determination. Vargas highlighted that Manny gave everything he had in the ring and fought with the kind of spirit that has defined his legendary career. While the official result may have left many disappointed, Vargas believed fans were simply grateful to witness Pacquiao back in action one more time.
I don't know. You think it was a draw? I thought it was a draw. You thought it was a draw? Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Keith bet on a draw, so he thought it was a draw too. Who thought? Thurman. Yeah, I thought it was a draw. Why did you think it was a draw? It went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Did you like what you saw from Manny Sr.? Did you like how he fought? Who? Senior. Sorry, Manny. Oh, yeah, definitely he's great. He's winning. You can tell that he's not 100% like he used to be because, you know, it showed that he was not as quick as it was, you know what I mean? So, it was, I mean, Manny did his thing, though.
But I think Pacquiao still put on, man. You saw, whether you're a Filipino, Mexican, you saw boxing, and I think that's what boxing is missing. You know, just the heart. You know, you see flashbacks of Pacquiao, Barrera. I liked it. The fans were good.
Did you think it was a draw?
I didn't.
You didn't. Who you thought won?
I thought Barrios won. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he edged it out because you gotta like legitimately beat the champ to, you know what I'm saying? And he was fighting for the belt, so. You know, my respects to Manny. I mean, he's 47 years old, and it's like, for what he's doing.
Boxing insiders, journalists, and retired professionals across social media voiced disappointment in the decision. Many agreed that Pacquiao deserved more rounds than he was given on the official scorecards. Analysts broke down the bout in detail, highlighting Pacquiao's clean punches, control of the ring, and ability to set the tempo as key advantages. The frustration wasn't limited to fans. It was shared by respected figures within the sport. This controversy has reignited calls for reform in boxing judging, especially when public opinion and official results differ so drastically.
Barrios fight to a majority draw. The one judge gave it in favor of Barrios, 115-113. My thoughts on this one: I thought Pacquiao did enough. I thought he did enough. Pacquiao did a good amount of work leading up, and it looked like going into those final 3 rounds, 10, 11, 12, Pacquiao had a good lead. Barrios needed the final 3 to be able to make a draw in this fight. The judges thought he did that. I personally didn't. Now, I'm not gonna lie, before the final round, I checked the live odds of Manny Pacquiao, and he was a massive favorite to win this fight. Now, I think that there's a slight robbery here. The fans thought so too. And let's not lie, Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. He is 46. So first, for him to step in there and go the distance with the champion of his old division is so impressive.